Welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are good and hope you are having a great week. So yeah, if you watched my previous video on the waterfall jacket, you will see I was wearing a white shirt with the waterfall jacket. So that video was based on how to achieve that waterfall jacket, and this video is a tutorial on how to achieve the white shirt I was wearing with the waterfall jacket. So let's get that to business, guys. Okay, so the first thing for you to do is to chalk down 1.5 inch on the waist point. This 1.5 inch is for your shaping allowance. This has nothing to do with your measurements. It has nothing to do with the waist measurements or nah, this is just your shaping allowance. So you chalk down 1.5 inch on the waist point for shaping allowance. So after that, the next thing for you to do is to take your hip point and then your clutch point and then the length of your shorts, how long you want your shorts to be. I want my shorts to be 15, so I'll be chalking down 15. You guys, the clutch point, this is where your round lap sits on. So always remember the clutch point is where your round lap sits on. So yeah, so my hip point is 9 and my clutch point is 10. So I'll be chalking that down on my fabric. After taking points, the next thing for us to do is to chalk down our round measurement on those various points we've taken. So yeah, the first point for us to work on now is our waist point. Okay, remember we took 1.5 inch already on our waist point for the shaping allowance. So that has nothing to do with our measurements. That shaping allowance is just there to just give the shorts a nice curve. So yeah, after dividing my round waist by 4, whatever number I get, I'll be chalking that down after the 1.5 inch I have taken for shaping allowance. So yeah, after chalking that down, the next place for me to work on is the hip point. Moving on to the clutch point. This clutch point, remember I said that your round lap sits on your clutch point, you guys. Your round lap sits on the clutch points, and the round lap is divided into 2. You divide your round lap by 2, and whatever number you get, you chalk down on the clutch point. So after chalking down your whatever number you get after dividing your round lap by 2 on your clutch point, you go ahead and add 2 inch to that measurement. So assuming my round lap is 26, I divide 26 by 2, I get 13. After chalking down 13 on the clutch point, I'll be adding 2 more inch, like 2 inches allowance on that clutch point, making it 15. So once that is done, I'll be connecting the clutch point to the hip with a curve. I'll be connecting those 2 points together with a curve, and using my ruler to connect the hip to the waist. Okay, you can decide to add 1 inch sewing allowance on both the hip and the waist points. You can decide to add, after dividing and then choking them down, you can decide to add 1 inch sewing allowance or more. It depends on how free you want your shorts to be. As for me, I'll be adding just 1 inch on the hip point, and then on my waist too, I'll be adding 1 inch sewing allowance. Going in with my scissors, I'll be cutting this piece out. This is the front piece of the shirt, you guys. So I'll be placing a fresh fabric to cut out the back piece. So placing the front piece of the shirt on the freshly folded fabric, I'll be cutting out the back piece of the shirt. So you guys, the only difference between the front piece and the back piece is the 1.5 inch you'll be adding on the back piece. So after placing your front piece on the freshly folded fabric, you'll be chalking 1.5 inch on all measurements. On the waist point, 1.5 inch, on the hip point, 1.5 inch, on the clutch point, 1.5 inch, on the length to 1.5 inch. Then using your ruler, you'll be connecting those lines together accordingly, just the way the front piece is. You just follow the same line and then you cut this out. I also went ahead to write this down, guys, so you get everything I'm saying. This write-up the write-up you see popping up on the screen while you watch the video are also steps and procedure to achieving the shots. So try and read them while you listen and watch. Before taking this to my sewing machine to sew, on the front piece of the shirts, I'll be going in by 3.5 inch. That's on the waistline, on the waist point. Sorry, I'll be going in by 3.5 inch. Placing your tape, you go in by 3.5 inch, and then I'll be going down by 1.5 inch, you guys, and connecting these points together. I'll be cutting it out. You guys, if you're using a fabric that is difficult for you to differentiate between the wrong side of the fabric and the right side, I will advise you to write this down, to write something down to differentiate between the wrong side and the right side of the fabric, because you always sew on the wrong side of the fabric, you guys. You always sew on the wrong side. So that is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm writing B on the wrong side of the fabric on all piece, so that when joining I sew on the wrong side. This is how to join this together. You know, each of the piece is splitted into two. The back piece is splitted into two. The front piece also is splitted into two. So when joining, you take one of the front piece and then join to one of the back piece. When taking to your machine, you sew on this side, you sew 1 inch. And on this other side, you sew 1/2 inch. So as you can see, guys, I am done joining one of the front piece to one of the back piece. So this is how it looks when you do that. So yeah, instead of having 4 different parts, right now we have just 2 different parts, and soon enough we'll be joining this together and then getting a whole shirt. So doing this, we'll be joining from the clutch point. You know what the clutch point is? That is where we'll be joining these 2 different parts together to get the shirt. Yeah, lest I forget, on one of the sides of the shirt, I sewed it in with a loose stitch up to 9 inches, because this is where my zip will be sitting on. So I sewed it in with a loose stitch. I'll be ripping this off once I am done joining these 2 different parts together to get a shirt. I'll be ripping that off and then placing my zip there. After joining the 2 different parts together, this is how it looks. You guys, this shirt is coming together piece by piece. Yeah, we are almost there. We are almost there. The next thing for us to do now is cut out the band for this shirt. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Cutting out the band for my shorts, the first thing for us to do is to take the length of the band. Yeah, so I'm taking 34 as the length of my band. How did I arrive at 34? My round waist is 30. I'll be adding 4 inch to that, so making it 34. So I'll be cutting out 34 as the length of my band. As for the width of my band, how wide I want it, I'll be chucking 5 inches. 5 inches because I'll be sewing in 1/2 inch and then another 1/2 inch, making it 4. Then folding this, my band is going to be 2 inches wide. If you have been following my videos, if you have been watching all the videos I've been uploading, you'll see that I have one same pattern of cutting band and then attaching it to either your skirt or your shorts. So I'll be leaving the links to my videos, to my other videos, in the description box below, so you can just click and watch. Attaching my band to my shorts, you know the side I said I sewed in with a loose stitch, I'll be ripping that off. That is where my zip is going to be sitting, so I'll be ripping that off now, because that is where I'll be sewing my band from. That's where I'm going to start sewing my band from. If you're watching me for the first time, for the new viewers, this is how you attach your band to your short or your skirt. After cutting your band, you make sure you recognize where the wrong side of the band is and the right side. So now, placing the right side of the band to the wrong side of the shorts, like from the back of the shorts, you place the right side of the band to it, and then you sew in by 1/2 inch. And after doing that, now flipping the band now to the right side of the shorts. This time around, you'll be sewing on both the right side of the shorts and the right side of the band on with a straight line. Please, you guys, you're going to make sure that this line is straight and neat, because this is a visible line now you'll be seeing on both the shorts and the band. All that is done now. As you can see, I'm trying to show you how I sew in the band by both 1/2 inch on the wrong side of the short, and then how I flip it over and then sew on both the right side of the band and the right side of the shorts by 1/2 inch. Okay, no, this is not by 1/2 inch. This is like a tiny straight line, but I folded the band by 1/2 inch in. I'm done attaching the band to the shorts, so this is how it looks when you're done attaching the band to your shorts. So yeah, this shirt is almost ready, guys. It's almost ready. I think the only thing for us to do now is to place our zip to this shirt and then hem the base of the shirts. This is the zip I'll be using for my shorts. This is the zip I'll be attaching to my shorts. So for the next part of this video, I'll be advising you watch carefully to understand how to attach zip to your shirts. Also be leaving a link on the description box below, so you can click on it and then watch my other previous videos on how to attach zip to your skirts or shorts. It's the same procedure. Like I always say, please don't forget to comment on the comment section if you enjoy watching this video, if it was helpful or not. Please, I would love to know. I'm always reading comments. Please, you guys, don't forget to do that. And also subscribe to my channel if you're new. If you're watching me for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you get notification whenever I post a new video. Yeah, and also share with your friends and family, and give this video a thumbs up, you guys. Please do that. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for sticking with me from the beginning to the end of this video. Seeing you guys on my next video. Bye.